my name is Jason JROCK Houston, and you guys are listening to Chaotic Riffs Magazine. Our special guest tonight is Dead by Wednesday. We're speaking with two of the members. We're speaking with drummer Opus and guitarist Rob. How you guys doing tonight?
Singer Rob.
Oh, singer Rob. Singer. Excuse me. So, how are you guys doing tonight? You're originally from New Haven, Connecticut. Is that correct?
Yeah, the band's based on New Haven, Connecticut, and Rob is actually from Northampton, Mass.
Okay, and is there much of a music scene there in New Haven these days?
Absolutely. Hatebreed's from New Haven, and a lot of bands come from the whole Northeast New England scene. Shadows Fall, Killswitch Engage. There's so many bands. I mean, All That Remains.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't realize.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah.
And then now, let me ask you, Opus. I was curious. Is that a stage name or a nickname you came up with? Because it's kind of a unique name.
Thank you very much. It's actually a nickname that I did not give myself as a kid. It started off to make a long story short, it started off as an insult. When I was really young, like 12, 13 years old, we were supposed to come up with a bunch of band names overnight, come back with the top 10. My top 10, my number 1 was Opus. The band hated it. I was chubby, and they started laughing at me and saying, you're Opus. You're a chunky little penguin, like the character. And they wanted to use it to insult me. And it's funny because years later it ended up sticking because it's like a one-word title, like like an Ozzy or like a Sting or something like that.
Yeah.
It kind of just stuck, and people remembered it. And now even my mother called me by that nickname, and it actually worked out to my advantage because I use Christian Lawrence, my real name, when I do business, and then when I for the music and the band stuff, I use Opus, and it sort of separates the business from the stage stuff, and it worked out great. If you look up the term, it actually has to do with music. So
that's cool. That's cool. I love that, and you got to be laughing all the way to the bank, so to speak. The fact that it started out as one of those things where people are kind of making fun of you, and now you're having the kind of success you are in your musical career.
Especially if you see the people that used to make fun of me.
Yeah, wow. I love that. And now, talk a little bit about the band. How long have you guys been together as a band?
The band's been together for 10 years. We have 4 albums and 1 EP. But Rob is the newest member. He's the singer, and actually one of the best things that happened to the band in a long time. We're able to do things outside of the normal box. The days of just constant festivals of 20 bands screaming with breakdowns, it just has gotten to the point where I need some melody, I need some music, I need some catchy stuff to grasp onto. And we sort of found each other through a funny story. We just talked about that actually recently on a radio interview, just being from together, how we met and stuff. And so Rob's been like a blessing in disguise, and he's been with us for quite some time. And we're working on some new music together, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. And now let me ask you, Opus, it's always difficult when you have to go through a lineup change, but changing your singer is kind of a main pretty big thing. So what has that process been like for you guys?
Well, basically, Dead by Wednesday is whatever we want it to be.
Okay.
And nowadays, the days of the super groups like Led Zeppelin, Sabbath, and all that stuff, where people actually, basically would die for each individual member.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen anymore. It's like basically, no matter who you are, unless you were grandfathered in with an identity status, you are an underground artist. Even if you are like a big metal band like the size of Hatebreed or Slayer, you're still an underground artist. I tell people all the time, the days of the rock star, which is actually one of our last EPs, Death of the Rock Star,
wow,
is gone. I mean, realistically, it's a blue collar job now. So I think as long as the music sounds good and it still sounds similar and close to the original composition, I don't think many people care as much. Although myself and the bass player, which is the rhythm section, the drums and the bass, have been together since the beginning with the only 2 original members. It's the rhythm section, and he's been there like a rock from the beginning. So basically, the rhythm section of the band's been the same forever, and we've been through different guitar players and singers. But it's a blessing in disguise, I say, only because we had to make the change. It wasn't something that we wanted to do.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And now let me ask you, Opus, being that you and the bass player are kind of a core of a band that the two guys have been around since the beginning, are you the two guys that also write the bulk of the music, or like are Rob and the other members, do they get to contribute to songwriting as well?
We always like to have people contribute because we feel like the more stuff that you can toss around, the better. We don't want to like stifle creativity.
Yeah.
I do write a lot of the stuff, and so does Mike. He gets involved in the writing and stuff. It's not necessarily full songs, but like he'll come in with like, I'll come in with a half a song, and then Mike will be like, hey, this riff is really cool. Let's add this, and I'll add something to it, and then Rob, because of his singing, he sometimes will be like, okay, well that part should be, let's move that part over here, let's take away one measure, stuff like that. So I mean, it's basically a joint effort
Yeah.
for the most part, but we do write in different ways. We write sometimes in the room as a band, and then we'll also come in with parts and songs written, and then we just, play it, and then we kind of morph it into what we are, in a sense, now.
Yeah. Now, Rob, I got to ask you, being the newest member of the band, first of all, how long have you been a member of the band, and what was it like for you? Do you still kind of feel like the new guy in the band, or do you feel like you've been around long enough that you can really add something?
I joined the band last April, so it's been about a year and 3 months, and at first it was kind of getting my feet wet, working my way in as one of the guys. More recently I started feeling like, I can really contribute to the writing. I've kind of cut my teeth now. I've kind of, earned my right, per se.
Yeah.
Or as one of the band members, So, I've been contributing to a little bit of the writing. I've been, writing lyrics, obviously.
Yeah.
It's been good.
And let me ask you, Rob, being the new guy in the band, how have you approached like the older material that the guy you replaced, saying, like when you guys are performing in concert, do you kind of try to stay true to how those tunes were originally, created and the way they were on the record, or do you try to put your own spin on the tunes?
Yeah, I mean, it's about 70% staying true to the old original way, and about 30% me kind of adding my own spin on it. There's some parts that I do a little bit differently. I might, add a bit more melody in certain parts. I know, like for example, when we play the song "Left for Dead," when we play even "Shipwrecked," there's parts where I just add a little bit of melody in there. It's just kind of my style, and I think it sounds good, and it's just the way we do it. But for the most part, a longtime fan who is in the crowd might notice the subtle differences, but would still appreciate that. I'm pretty much sticking to the books songs originally. Yeah, he respects the history of the band, which is very important. That's something that anyone that comes to this band needs to understand. Like we're not tyrants, but you have to be able to respect the history of the band.
Of course, that's an important thing, especially. That's an important thing, especially for your loyal fan base. Now, let me ask you, Opus, being that you guys are creating new music right now as we speak, what's that been like, having Rob in the band? And the reason what I'm trying to get to is I imagine when you guys write material, for example, especially being that you're one of the two main guys that have been there since the beginning, you must have an idea yourself, like when you go in there to record stuff, that, okay, this is what Dead by Wednesday's known for. We kind of have our sound. So like if Rob comes in there and he approaches you with this song he wrote that maybe sounds a little different outside of the box, how do you approach that? Do you kind of say, well, I don't really think that's right for this band, or do you guys go in there and kind of give it a shot?
We always try to give it a shot. I mean, if it's super like out there, we definitely will talk about it. But for the most part, I mean, anything can be molded into the genre of the band. I mean, the band's basically just a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
There's no sub-genre like metalcore, deathcore, thrash, or speed, or power metal, or any of that stuff. It's just heavy metal. So, whatever we come out with, is what we are. Again, we try to be very open to creativity. And if someone were to come in with something, if it's super out there, it's one thing. If it doesn't make any sense at all, it's pretty noticeable. But for the most part, that won't happen. I mean, anyone that works with the band knows what we do and kind of tries to write in that same way.
Okay. Now let me ask you, Opus. I got to ask you, since you're one of the founding members of the band. One thing that really grabbed my attention right away about the band was the band's name. Obviously, I mean, Dead by Wednesday. Just kind of it's kind of simple, it's catchy, but it kind of gets people's attention. I was curious, how did you come up with the name?
Well, I was in a band before Dead by Wednesday for a long time, did really well, called Gargantuan for Soul. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that band.
No.
It's called Gargantuan for Soul. Anyway, it's in the 90s. And we were on tour, and we were like playing a lot. We were going from Halloween and Salem, Mass, and taking a red-eye flight to Puerto Rico to play a festival out there at the X Games. And it was like I want to say like a Monday night, and we were going into a Tuesday, and the bass player at the time turns to me and says, if we keep going on like this, we're going to be dead by Wednesday. And it was part of a saying and a phrase of a sentence. And it just sort of stuck with me for some reason.
Wow.
And when the end of the band started happening, where we knew it was sort of like the decline, the bass player, who's still in the band now from the beginning, Mike, he came to me and he's like, let's start a band, I want to do this. And we were thinking about names, and I still just kind of had a flavor in my back of my mouth, like, okay, let's see what people think of this. And I did a list of 10 different names and had different people that I trusted, like, pick the top 3.
Yeah.
And out of 10 people, every single one of them picked Dead by Wednesday, and it was like the common kind of theme throughout all the choices. So at that point, we're like, okay, we kind of like the whole 3-name thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, now it was up to me. I personally would want a one-word band name.
Yeah.
But we've established it for so long. We've toured on it for so long that DBW is the name. Dead by Wednesday is the name. That's the way it is.
See, the thing to me, like I said, right away, the name, it's kind of silly to make such a big deal out of a name, but it caught my attention right away. Like you said, the 3-word thing, Dead by Wednesday. It's kind of simple. It's like nothing you've ever heard before, in the sense that a lot of bands, when they go to try to find a name, they have a problem. Like, a lot of bands will do searches. They'll find, there's already a band out there with this name, and so I imagine you didn't really have that problem, because again, it's somewhat of an original name.
Yeah, it's definitely it's good to hear you say that, because lately I've been looking up, I've been seeing different things flying around, like just different titles with like different days of the week in it and stuff. And it's been annoying the hell out of me. So it's refreshing to hear someone say that they actually think the name's cool and like it,
Yeah. And now let me ask you, Opus. You mentioned the thought that if you had the choice that you'd like to have a band with like a one-word name. I was curious, like a lot of guys will name the band after themselves. For example, Ronnie James Dio, he named his band Dio. Did you ever think of naming the band Opus or anything like that, or did you think that would be kind of too big of an ego thing?
No, I wouldn't do that. I already do like I actually do a side solo thing. It's all acoustic. It's not metal at all. It's not a band at all. It's like basically like a side acoustic project thing. And I do use that name Opus for it, because that's all it is. It's just me. So I would never use it for a band name. Plus, again, like I said, we established it. That's how it's been established since 2005.
Yeah, how cool is that? Now, let me ask each of you guys, as far as your influences, I guess you, Rob, being the singer, and you, Opus, being the drummer, who are your heroes? Like, in your case, Opus, who are the drummers that influenced you? And I guess, Rob, I'd like to ask you, who are the singers that really influenced you growing up?
Yeah, I get that first. This is Rob. I'll do it first. Biggest influencers, I'll just name some. Freddie Mercury of Queen, Chino Moreno of Deftones, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, Phil Anselmo of Pantera.
Wow.
Tool, Major James Keenan of Tool, I played Lejean from Seven Dutch.
Wow.
And Billy Corgan's Magic Pumpkins. Pretty eclectic mix there.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. That and the cool thing to that about me is I'm the same type of guy as far as when I listen to music. I kind of, I let my ears kind of be the judge for me. In other words, I'm just as much of a Megadeth fan as I am an Aerosmith fan, or just as big of a Van Halen fan as I am a Metallica fan. I think there's room for everything, So that's great, you guys. Have it. How about you now, Opus? As far as your drum heroes growing up.
Growing up, I will say what people don't like to hear. Lars Ulrich was one of my influences.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, as I've grown as a drummer, I realized, although he's very innovative, he wasn't the most amazing drummer in the world. But the people that I really, really, really respect and love are people that are for different reasons. Like one, Dave Lombardo of Slayer.
Wow.
He's one of my big influences. John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, one of my big influences. And Bill Ward from Sabbath. I love Tommy Lee for his flashiness.
Yeah.
And also being able to be a drummer in the forefront and have attention like a front guy. I love that about him. And one of my favorites, to get a lot of credit, is Stuart Copeland from the Police. His finesse and just his playing is just amazing.
And now let me ask you, Opus, because I've never seen you guys in concert, but what's that? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Another huge influence for me is Vinnie Paul.
Oh, wow. Now, what I was going to say is I've never seen you guys in concert, so I don't know what you play like in concert, but typically there's two types of drummers. There's drummers kind of like that just kind of keep the groove, keep the time, sit in the back of the stage, and there's guys like, say, like Carmine Appice or John Bonham even, who are real physical players. They really, they really make the audience take notice of them up. How would you describe your playing?
They're high energy, very aggressive. I'm trying to put more finesse in the playing and less bashing.
Yeah.
But I used to be just a hard basher. It bothers me. I love when drummers play fast and they can do like a million miles an hour on their feet. But it bothers the hell out of me to do that. And the top half of that hits the drums like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
When you're playing the drum set, hit the freaking drums, play them hard, and that's how I play. I mix both. I throw a little bit of speed in there as well as with finesse, as well as hardcore just strength and aggressiveness.
Now, let me ask you. I was curious if you'd ever seen Carmine and Vinnie Appice, where they do this like drum war thing, and what are your thoughts on that?
I love those guys. They come from the same school as Tommy Aldridge and some of those guys that are really, really just monster players. They're fast and furious, but also have some finesse involved too. I just like having a mixture of both. Sometimes less more.
Yeah, I hear you. Now,
know when to hold the pocket and kind of sit back, but also know when to throw a nice fill in there and give it a little bit of color.
Yeah. Now, of course, I got to ask you guys. While I got you on the line here, kind of interesting thing in your story here is the fact that you recently signed with David Ellison's EMP label group. Tell me a little bit how you guys hooked up with them.
Well, David Ellison we went back and forth many times about him possibly managing my old band, and we started staying in touch throughout the years, and he started doing this spoken word stuff. I don't know if you were familiar with that.
No, I have to look that up.
Spoken word?
Okay.
What's that?
I have to look that up. I haven't.
I booked him on a couple of spoken word shows locally, and we ended up becoming friends, and we talked about basically helping out the band day by Wednesday, and stayed in touch. And when the album was done, I was looking for a deal for the band. We sent it to a D&R guy, Tom Hazard, and he listened to it, loved the band, loved the music. Spoke to David about it. David gave him thumbs up because he already knew who I was, and
a cool thing to me, I think about, signing with a label like that is, I mean, here's a fairly new label that he just literally launched, just earlier this year, and already since he launched the label, he's put out so many great releases on the label, and I just love the fact that it's a label that's, owned and operated by a fellow musician, where as opposed to just a guy in a suit that signs a bunch of what he thinks is the next great money-making bands, and you have a guy who's actually lived the life, who's actually knows what it's like to, write a song, what's it like to record, what's it like to go out there and, play your tunes live for people. That's got to be a great, feeling for you to be involved with somebody like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to necessarily worry about a guy telling you, a guy in a suit, I don't hear anything that's real radio friendly. Go write me, something more commercial. And it sounds like it's type of label where you guys can just go in and create. I mean, like you pretty much said that the album was pretty much already recorded, and you just sent it to him and basically got the deal that way.
Right. That's what's good about us, though. Is we can cross over it, and we can write the heavy songs and feel in the metal world, and then you can have that one or two songs that have some amazing catchy melody in the chorus and cross over possibly to like active rock radio as well.
And how happy are you guys been with the response? Because I understand that the record's been out since I think May 20th or something like that. Are you happy with the way that people have been responding to it?
I mean, it's been getting great reviews from Fitman, from JROCK. I think I've seen the range of reviews has been like 7.8 to 9.5 out of 10 about. Been selling pretty well. We don't really know numbers yet. Well, I know that Amazon pre-ordered 30 more, and I know that some of the stores have pre-ordered too. Actually,
That's well, the fact
selling pretty well.
The fact that they want more copies, that's a good sign, I think, guys. And as far as your tour plans, you guys, because you said you're currently also working on some more new music, so are you looking to get another album out first, or will you be doing some touring behind this?
I would expect, we have some songs in the work. I'd say we have about half an album worth of tunes already, at least on the way to being done. I'd say it'll be a little bit before we have another album out, but it's well on the way. I'd say it's going to be the first album with me as a full-time vocalist. What we'll probably do is kind of give people a sneak peek of what the new Dead by Wednesday is going to sound like. And do like a 1 or 2 song, not demo, it'll be a professional studio recording, but kind of give like a 1 or 2 song
Preview.
Introduction to me, and so that the community can hear what we sound like as a full band with me screaming, singing, doing what I do. But also we are planning on extensively touring. It's really rough out here to find good tours to support and promote the album.
Yeah.
So we are doing one, something very eclectic, very intricate, and very intimate, coming up this month actually, starting next Monday. We're doing an acoustic tour and taking a bunch of the songs from the album, transposing them, mixing them with some really cool cover songs, and doing them all with it. And it's going to be myself, Rob Roy, and our newest member, Mark Wizzo, who plays guitar, also in Soulfly, just joined the band. And we'll be going out and promoting the new album and playing songs and all that good stuff. And we're going to be definitely touring and promoting this album for a while, at least for the next year or so, before we actually think about putting anything out. But we are going to be working out stuff in the meantime while we're, touring stuff on this album.
Yeah, now I also saw on your guys' Facebook page you had an advertisement for an upcoming show with one of your label mates, Chuck Mosley, who's the original singer from Faith No More. Can you talk a little bit about that show?
That's actually the tour that Opus just mentioned. All those dates are supporting Chuck Mosley.
Oh.
So we're going to play, 9 shows?
Yeah.
It's 9 or 10 shows within a 2-week period supporting Chuck Mosley. Going all the way from Philly to New Hampshire.
Wow, I wish I could see that, because I got to tell you guys, being from Los Angeles, I don't know if you guys are going to come this way, but the funny thing is I actually got a chance to talk to Chuck about his upcoming CD he's putting out, and I found it to be like a really cool and down to earth, friendly guy. But he was sharing with me kind of an interesting story, which is that he says like a lot of performers, he suffers from kind of stage fright, and it's amazing that a guy that's been in the business and he's and he's kind of making a comeback now. But I just really hope that his album and everything does well, because like when I talk to him, he's just a super nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance to meet him yet. Have you? No, I have not. We haven't had a chance. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to meet him yet, but I mean, we'll find out. We're gonna be with him for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and as far as like performing the stuff acoustically, is that the first time you guys have ever done anything like that?
Yes, it is the first time we've done that, but not to toot my own horn or anything, but I can actually sing, so it sounds cool, man.
No, I love acoustic stuff.
We kind of have to pick and choose our songs.
Yeah.
There's certain songs that are just too heavy.
Yeah.
Not good. But we got a couple of new ones, and we also have a couple tunes from the Darkness of Angels CD as well that we're gonna play along with the covers. So it's a good mix.
I always loved acoustic stuff, and it's kind of interesting, like you said, especially being a metal type band, if you can kind of transition some of your stuff from original electric versions down to acoustics. That's got to be.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna show another side of us. It's gonna give our fans something to kind of be impressed with how good we can pull it off, and also kind of give we haven't put a CD out with me yet, so it'll kind of give the fans like holy crap, like he can actually sing, like Now let me ask you guys: would you consider like recording one of those acoustic shows for like a future DVD or CD, or do you think your fans wouldn't really be interested in that? We might record some of the sets to maybe get some footage for like one of the songs that actually already is on the new album that Rob's on. Rob is actually on one track on the new album. That's how we introduced him, and it's actually acoustic with Mark Rizzo. So we play that one obviously live.
Oh, cool.
We're trying to footage and put something together for whatever we get,
Oh, cool. Well,
and also just as a side note, the surgeon is all my vocals. I also did do the screen tracks on the Self Meditate, which I'm fairly proud of. I think it's not pretty cool.
Wow. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you guys, and maybe down the line we can do it again. But in the meantime, before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to say to all your fans listening to this?
Yeah, I'd like to say that if you haven't picked up the new album, The Darkest of Angels, you can do so through iTunes, Amazon, FYE, Best Buy, or any stores that carry like music, any sort of music stores that carry music, whatever. CD stores, obviously music stores carry music. But yeah, deadbywednesday.com is our website. We have all the social media, the Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram, yada, yada, yada. So definitely hit us up and all that good stuff. And we're all about the band, so make sure you come out to the show, check out all the tour dates that are coming up, and come out. Get on our Facebook and give us a like to stay tuned to all the shows.
Well, once again, Rob and Opus, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to me today. It's really been a pleasure, and we'll have to do it again when the opportunity presents itself. But thanks so much for doing this, and like I said, best of luck with the new record, and take care of yourselves.
Thank you, bud. Hey, so you're going to post this as a podcast or like an actual magazine?
Well, actually, what this is yeah, we kind of post the audio. We have an actual website. Sean has got the link, or I can even send you guys a link to check it out on your Facebook page. But we have a lot of stuff already posted up there, and we usually, this might go up probably sometime, I'm guessing in early August, because we're getting ready to post our latest issue. But I'm going to post this probably in early August. I'll be sure to let her know the minute it posts.
Okay, great.
Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.